Hi friends, I am bringing you a quick tutorial about cleaning up your photos from my car with the air blasting when I have a quick moment here. So I have attached my little step-by-step of the system I've created over the past year really, but maybe even longer than that, but I've been trying to just get like a really easy, repeatable system that I can do every month with my photos that takes 30 minutes most times, especially if I stick to it month by month and don't get behind. I'll preface this with saying, if you've never had any type of storage system for your photos, do not be overwhelmed. You don't have to figure out how to organize every single photo you've ever taken. Just start with the current month, or really add to it at the beginning of a month from the previous month. Just start with 1 month, and then if you have extra time and you start like getting in a rhythm, you can stack some previous months, and then find that like maybe you're doing 2 months at a time to catch up. But I would say first just start with what's most important, what's most recent, because I think that will be easiest to weed through. So the first thing I do is I look at my photos on my phone, on my iPhone from the previous month, and just delete any like duplicates or ones I don't really like. I try to do this weekly actually, but sometimes it doesn't happen. So monthly I for sure go through and just like delete the ones, so that the ones that I'm backing up to my other sources are the ones I actually want to look at again, because that's the whole purpose, right? We're storing them and saving them because we want to look at them again. All right, then you're gonna back them up to a cloud. You're gonna back them up to a cloud and to an external hard drive, so that way you have your photos in 2 places. More if you want, depends on how you feel about that, but I think 2 is the absolute minimum, 1 being a cloud-based and 1 being an actual hard drive. My cloud service, I use Google Photos, and it's really easy. I just have the app on my phone. It backs them all up. I love how easy to use, how I can search any person in my photos. I can like literally put in the beach, like just the word beach, and it'll pull up like any pictures that were taken at the beach. You can search by year, month, even sometimes like holiday. It's very, very easy. Also, if you favorite photos on your iPhone, when they back up to Google, they also save as favorites. I really like that feature as well. So you back up to Google, and then from your computer, you're gonna download those Google images that you just backed up. You're gonna download them to your computer or straight to your external hard drive. And I just store mine. I create the year 2023, and then every month has its own folder, and then all the photos get dumped in there. It's totally up to you whether you want to name them really specifically, but I find that naming them with the month and the year is enough for me to know what I'm working with without like painstakingly like labeling each photo. I think that would make it too complicated, make it something you don't want to repeat each month. And the whole purpose of this is that it's easy and sustainable for you to be consistent. Okay, so you've named the photos, you've moved them to the correct folder on your external hard drive, and this is when I then add photos to my Shutterfly book. This can be an optional step. Maybe you don't do memory books, that's totally cool. And obviously there's lots of other softwares and sites you can use besides Shutterfly. I've just been using Shutterfly forever, so it's also easy to reproduce for me because I literally just copy my book each year and replace the photos. So this is when I, on my phone, usually just take my favorites from that month and upload them to Shutterfly on my phone. I just find that's the easiest way to do it. And then I go to Shutterfly on my computer and fill in the photos. There might be a little bit of a learning curve there if you've never used a site that helps you make photo books, but once you get used to it, that becomes very easy as well. But of course, if you don't make a book, this doesn't matter. But I would still suggest, even if you don't make a book, take a minute to like favorite your favorite photos from that month, because that will make it easy at the end of the year for you to come back and look at your absolute favorites. And whether you want to make a slideshow or print those for your house or for a baby book. I definitely, when Anna Stevens was in her first year of life and I was filling out a baby book every month I would tag the photos that were my favorite, so that it would be easy later in the year to just make a bulk order of like small photos, so that I wasn't paying shipping multiple times. And that made it easy for me to not have to like go back to every single picture and decide which ones. I was deciding monthly which were my favorite. Then you can delete them off your phone if you want. I try to delete most of them except for my favorites off of my phone to help free up storage, to help it be easier to search. And that's, you know, not a big deal if you back them up on Google Photos, because you still have a way to access them from your phone. If you have the Google Photos app, it's just not taking up your actual hardware phone storage. And then the last thing I put on there, which is completely optional, is I just remind myself 2 times a year to think about the favorite photos I've taken, or maybe the professional photos that we get taken normally in the fall, and make a conscious effort to print them and replace some of the photos around your house. Of course, we have photos that we like to stay the same in our house because they're memories, they're special, like your wedding or your, I don't know. Of course, there's just certain pictures that you don't want to change. But I think for the most part, we like to see our photos change around our house to represent what our family looks like now as our kids grow, as your family grows, as you and your husband, you know, whatever, as just families grow. So I like that reminder once or twice a year to just like give the photos on the wall or in a picture frame in your office, in your home, just a little refresh. So once again, this process, I promise, is really easy and quick, especially once you get into the rhythm of it. And all these steps aren't necessary, but I would say the first 4 are, if you want to create a system of making sure your photos are protected. And then also external hard drives do, you know, they're worth replacing every couple of years as well. I have one that I think is at least 1 terabyte, if not 2. They go on sale on Black Friday, and I mean, I've been storing my photos for over 10 years on a similar external hard drive, and it's not even anywhere near full. So if you go ahead and get a big one from the start, you won't run into that issue. But I love talking about this kind of stuff, so if you need more explanation or you just want to hear more about how I organize photos, like a specific question, just let me know. Thanks, guys.